Good evening, everybody. And by way of introduction, my name is John Menadakis. I attended both middle and high school here at the most beautiful place on earth, Loyola Blakefield. 20 years ago, this June actually, which is crazy to believe, had the honor of graduating right there on that beautiful hollow on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And you guys are going to experience that special feeling in just a matter of days. And it's pretty funny because if you'd have taken a poll of my classmates that day, who the last person they thought would be asked to come speak to the senior class, it would have unanimously been me. I think I still have the all-time record for most Saturday detentions served here at Loyola with the legendary Jon Stewart. And I'm also the mastermind behind the greatest senior prank day in the history of Loyola Blakefield. I did see and respect the for sale sign, by the way, which got some good press. So whoever did that, props to you. So the first thing I want to do tonight is congratulate all of you on being, without a doubt, the most resilient class that's ever graduated from Loyola Blakefield. I couldn't fathom having to overcome the issues and the obstacles that all of you overcame, most notably, obviously, with COVID. Yet here you are as brothers, set to take one of your final steps together, unfazed and unbothered. I couldn't imagine not having a crowd there to cheer me during my games and during my track meets. I couldn't imagine having to wear a mask while walking this pristine campus, having proms canceled. I found out tonight you had your ring dance canceled, and having to go weeks and months without seeing your closest friends and your brothers. I'm sure there is a natural inclination there for you guys to feel angry, to feel gypped, to feel ripped off, and to be quite honest, I would, and pretty much any other guy would too. However, as you guys have likely already learned, and you'll continue to learn, your character is not going to be built on the things that you can't control, but how you react to them. Your positive attitude, your school spirit, and your ability to embrace the small moments in life have served you well and will continue to serve you well over the next few years and beyond. No class in the history of Loyola Blakefield has been asked to do more than the class of 2021, and you've answered the call every single step of the way. I can promise you that as alums, we have frequent conversations about your set of circumstances, and we all agree that you will be the greatest class to come through these halls. And for the record, we all know that you would have won the Turkey Bowl against that team from down the road if they didn't self-snitch. So being asked to come out here, obviously, I guess I'm supposed to be expected to give you guys some sort of advice. And if I can give you one piece of advice, it's this: cherish every last second that's left on this campus. The past 4 to 7 years of your life, whether you realize it or not, when you're looking back on it, are the best years of your life. You're unconditionally loved not only by your classmates, but also by your coaches, your counselors, and your teachers. Walk the hollow, run the track, pray to St. Ignatius, go to the chapel, close your eyes and just take it all in. This place will always be home for you. You'll travel the world, and you will set the world on fire, but no place, anywhere, ever, will fulfill your heart like Blakefield. And once you graduate, feel free to come back. Speaking from experience, I know your teachers love hearing your successes, your stories, and catching up with you. And one lesson you're going to learn in life, and you're going to learn it real quick, is very few people in life truly want you to succeed. But every single person that you interacted with here on campus at Blakefield and in those halls will be your cheerleader and your confidant for life. Speaking from experience, my father passed shortly after I graduated here. Every single one of my classmates, people that were ahead of me at Loyola, people that were behind me at Loyola, reached out to me. Teachers that I didn't even have for class reached out to me, and they created a support system that I wouldn't have been able to make it without. And I'll never forget that. The brotherhood that you guys have here at Loyola is far and away the strongest on earth, and you're going to find that day in and day out. And now most of you, if things are like the way they used to be, are going to go to college. So I'm going to answer 2 questions that you're going to be asking yourselves a lot over the next 4 to 7 years. The first question, of course, is, who am I? How do I identify myself? Will you go by your ethnicity and heritage? Well, I'm not going to be up here telling you I'm John Menedakis and I'm Greek, so that's definitely out the question. Do you identify yourself by your job title? If you guys notice, I didn't say what my job is, what I do, because that's all it is. It's what you do. It's not who you are. So throw that out the question. Do you identify yourself based on your college? You're going to learn the hard way that when it comes to college, you're just another number to them. You're not the person that every instructor here cares about and loves. So what's the answer? Well, I'm here to tell you guys, I'm John Menedakis, and I'm a Loyola Don. Speaking from experience, I'm going to tell you, you'll always be welcome back here with open arms. And now you have the focus, the mentality, and the tools necessary to share the message with the world. Your actions, your selflessness, and your compassion will make it clear to the entire world that the Ignatian values are tattooed on your heart. You can wear your Kairos cross, you can wear your Loyola swag, you can wear the Loyola bracelet like I do, but people will always know you're a Don. When you're going through life struggles, and make no mistake about it, you're going to struggle. We all struggle, daily, weekly, monthly. The fact that you're a Loyola Don will get you through those struggles. You're better prepared to take on the world than any high school senior class in America, because you are meant for others. The second question you're going to ask yourself is, what's success? How do I define success? Is it having the most money? Is it winning awards? Is it winning championships? Is it having the big house with the fancy car? Is it being famous? The answer to all of those questions is a resounding no. And if anybody knows, it's me. To paraphrase somebody, I've wined and dined with kings and queens, and I've slept in the alley eating pork and beans. I've hit rock bottom, and I've reached the mountaintop. The only time in your entire life that you'll truly feel accomplished is when you share your successes with others. Give back as much as you can. It's like my dad would always say, I've never seen a hearse with a luggage rack on top. Share your wisdom, share your experiences, share your money, and share your gifts with those in need. The prayer that we recited so often, the prayer of St. Ignatius, will carry you through life. To give and not to count the cost, to labor and not to ask for any reward. Just give, give, and give until you can't give anymore. Be tough, be rugged, be consistent, be humble, treat everybody with respect, be true to yourself, and be true to your morals. Make your teachers proud, make your classmates proud, make the alums proud, and most importantly, make your parents proud. Your parents sacrificed a lot and paid a lot of money for you to be here. Let them know just how much you appreciate that by being the greatest man that you can be every single day. Like I always say, if your heart is pure, your soul and your pockets will always be full. There's going to be decisions that you'll have to make in life that won't have an easy answer. At times, you'll be tempted to make the financially wise decision over the morally correct one. Just know that every answer to any decision you'll ever have to make was taught to you here at Loyola over the past 4 to 7 years. And now, God and everybody else is going to watch just how much you were paying attention. But don't worry about it because we are always learning. We don't have the answers. Just recite that prayer and stay true to your heart, and the rest is going to take care of itself. In closing, I want to wish you guys nothing but the best that life has to offer, and wish you nothing but health and success in the future. Except for Jordan Moore, who I understand is not here today. 4 times over the next 4 years, I wish him the worst against the University of North Carolina Tar Heels. So welcome to the Brotherhood of Loyola Alumni. No class has earned it more than yours. No matter where life takes you, know that you'll always have your family right here waiting for you. And I wrote these words down, and then being right here on this campus and watching the love that you guys have for each other, and I didn't realize you didn't have to be here today, but you still came out in droves, reinforces what I already knew, and that's you're a very, very special class. Check in on your classmates, visit when you're home, and give back to the place which has given you so much. Set the world on fire, man. We'll be cheering for you every step of the way. Win every single day, and we'll cheer even louder. So remember, when you guys win, we all win. I want to close my favorite passage from the Bible, and that's Proverbs chapter 27, verse 17. You use steel to sharpen steel, and one friend sharpens another. As I look around today, I see a group of very steel, very sharpened men, ready for war and battle-tested. Congratulations, guys. This is your moment. And remember one thing. When you're Loyola Dons, you're Loyola Dons for life. Thank you.
How's everyone? Oh, come on. How's everyone? Good. There we go. All right, so tough following my man John, but here we have it. So I'm gonna start off by sharing a little bit about my journey and tie it into here. So coming here, I started in 6th grade, and to be honest, I didn't like it. It was a culture shock, and it was an all-boys school. And as I went through, though, I started to realize that the guys that I was in the locker rooms with, in the classrooms with, in the hallways with, were going to be the guys that were going to always be there for me no matter what. And it's one thing to say that, right? But it's another thing to actually know it and actually go through it. And so I don't know how many of you may know, but I played football here, and I broke my neck during a game. And it was in that moment that it was Loyola that stepped up. It was my classmates, my teammates that stepped up. And they were there day in and day out at the hospital with me. Even when I didn't want to have visitors, they were there. Even when I pushed them away, they were there. Even when I was afraid to do things on my own, they were there to encourage me. They were there to pick me up. And it took something like that for me to realize that. But as John said, seeing you all out here interacting, some of you may feel it now. And if you're like me, some of you may not recognize the things that you were being taught and the things that were being instilled in you until you're gone, until you graduate. Because once you get out into the real world, as John said, in college, you're a number. But to your fellow Dons, it's something different. It's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood. Life is going to throw curveballs at you. COVID hit. And guess what? You all stepped up and did what you had to do to have a successful academic year. And then again, I'm going to keep, because it seemed like John kind of was in my head when he was reading this thing. So I'm kind of not trying to say everything he's already hit, but you all worked and you did what you needed to do to be here today. And you all showed up here today when you didn't have to be. You could be anywhere else, but you're here, celebrating this moment with your fellow brothers. But I really want to talk about what it means to be a man for others. Because we say it, but do we really know what it means? What's the third line in the St. Ignatius prayer? First one is what? Lord, teach me to be generous. Right? To serve you as you deserve. What's that last one? What's that next one? Come on, we can be louder than that. What does that really mean? Do we really know what that means? Because it was something I just said because I felt as though I had to say it when I was here. But again, it wasn't until I left that I sat back and thought about what does that really mean? To give and not to count the cost. That's what's being taught to us here. To be a man for others, what does that mean? To be a man for others means to give and not to count the cost. And my life is an example of that. When I was at my worst, not only did Loyola and my fellow Dons step up to help me, but they stepped up to help my family. And that's what you have here. You have that brotherhood that's going to help you no matter what, to give and not to count the cost. So when you're going through things, lean on your fellow classmates, because this is something that's going to last forever. I'm going to tell you the story about John. I didn't know John. John's older than me, but I was here when his brother was here. And when I was starting to go in and say I wanted to do more community work, I sat down with John. And from that day, he's always been my biggest supporter. No matter what. I haven't shared our experience here on campus with him, but the brotherhood of what a Don is, what's instilled in us, those morals, those lessons, he knew we shared those because of this experience here. And so, remember, a man for others, to give and not to count the cost. The more you give, the more you'll receive. The more you give from your heart, the more you'll receive. I'm extremely wealthy right now, and it has nothing to do with money. Absolutely nothing. Has nothing to do with, as John was saying, my title. Has nothing to do with the accolades. Has nothing to do with any of that. But I'm wealthy because I'm able to help other people. To give and not to count the cost. And as a result, things come to me that I would never imagine. I've been able to experience things that I would have never imagined. I still come, now I'm not as old as John, but I still come on campus. And sometimes I would literally just come and hang out on the back track and roll around, reflecting on the things I learned here, reflecting on the things that were instilled in me. This is a place to clear my mind, and I'm sure for some of you it will be the same. This is home. No matter where you go, this is home. And so as your journey here as a student comes to an end, your journey as a Don is just beginning. And so embrace it. Embrace this moment. Enjoy it. Because it's one that you'll always remember and you'll cherish forever. And one lesson, and I'm going to close, that was taught to me, and I actually want you all to repeat this after me too. Because again, when life gets hard, we're going to need our fellow Dons to fall on. But I want you to remember this, and I want y'all to repeat it. All right, y'all ready? A man isn't defeated when he loses. Come on. John, you put them to sleep, man. Good food. They sleepy. Come on, let's get like, a man isn't defeated when they lose. They're defeated when they give up. So no matter what you're going through, never give up. Not that part, my bad. We can stop. We stop. No matter what you're going through, you're good. You're good. No matter what you're going through, though, seriously, remember that. Person is defeated when they lose, they're defeated when they give up. And I want you all to look around. Seriously, look around. These are the guys that are going to be there to pick you up, and that's going to encourage you, to motivate you to keep going forward. Because you all are men for others. Thanks.